What is PLA? The group responsible for attack on Assam Rifles convoy in Manipur. The group was founded on September 25, 1978 under the leadership of N. Biseswar after having broken away from its parent body, the United National Liberation Front. The People's Liberation Army and the Manipur Naga People's Front have jointly claimed responsibility for the ambush of an Assam Rifles convoy on Saturday, November 13 morning in Churan Chandpur district of Manipur, killing seven, including a commanding officer, his wife, and their 5-year-old son. The ambush is one of the biggest in the state since the attack on the Dogra Rifles in 2015. What is the People's Liberation Army PLA? The group was founded on September 25, 1978 under the leadership of N. Bisweswar after having broken away from its parent body, the United National Liberation Front. In 1979, the PLA's political wing, Revolutionary People Front (RPF), was set up. Unlike the UNLF and many other splinter groups that would follow, the PLA was fighting for the succession of Manipur from India, while the PLA called for Kuki and Naga insurgents to join their ranks. It remains till this day dominated by the Impal Valley based Meitei Hindu insurgents. Also, like other Meitei underground groups in its initial years, PLA cadres were trained by the NSCN and hold Marxist ideology. Its political wing, the RPF, campaigned against the use of drugs and banned alcohol in the state, often using violent means to impose these bans. Considered one of the strongest groups in Manipur, the PLA has been working out of Myanmar, where they continue to have camps like the other Meitei groups and remains active with no ceasefire agreement with the Indian government and have so far not expressed any intent of peace talks with India. Why has the ambush taken place in Churachandpur? Insurgents leaders in the state as well as experts point out that Saturday's ambush has been a departure on several counts. In the past, ambushes and attacks on Indian security forces have taken place in Chandel district of Manipur, which also borders the highly porous India-Myanmar border. This includes one of the biggest ambushes in the country in Chandel by insurgents, which led to the killing of 18 soldiers of the Dogra Rifles and injuring 16 others. Since the Indian Army Operation All Clear in 2003-4, active insurgents have been driven out of the country into Myanmar, especially in the Churachandpur area, which has remained largely peaceful, with over 20 Kuki, Paiti, and Jumi groups being under suspension of operation agreements with the Indian government. The Valley groups also do not operate from this district. Bahiang, where the attack has taken place, borders Myanmar but falls under the territorial jurisdiction of the Jomi Revolutionary Army, a powerful insurgent group in Churachandpur. The question that local insurgent leaders have been asking is how the PLA could have operated in this area without JRA permission and have pointed to JRS security lab. Insurgent leaders have also pointed to the Myanmar coup as a reason for both the revival of insurgent activity as well as the choice of Churachandpur. The district neighbors Chin state in Myanmar, where the political situation has been tenuous, there have been reports of human rights violation. An active People's Defense Force, the armed wing of the National Unity Government, which claims to be Myanmar's legitimate government, is believed to have pushed Indian insurgent groups towards the Indian border. Why is Saturday's attack different? While there have been reports of women and children being attacked in the 1990s during the clashes between the Nagas and the Kukis in Manipur, since then, this is the first attack in which an Indian security officer's family has been killed. Later in the evening, while claiming responsibility, the PLA MNPF said they were unaware of the commanding officer was being accompanied by his family. But what experts have found most surprising is the seeming revival of the PLA activity, that too in such a violent manner. The PLA has been one of the most active groups in the past but has remained dormant over the past 5 to 6 years. Leaders in other groups have pointed out that even in social programs organized by insurgent groups such as anti-drug campaigning, anti-AFSPA and other such protests have been shunned by the PLA. So their sudden violent activity on Saturday has caused surprise. What is the status of valley groups in Manipur? Unlike the tribal groups such as the Naga, NSCN, IM, and NNGPs, or the 20 odd Kuki Jomi groups which are in peace talks with the Indian government, the Methi Valley groups have till date not come to the table to discuss a solution with the Indian government. There are six main valley groups in Manipur: the UNLP, PLA, KCP, KYKL, PREPAC, MPLF, apart from numerous splinter groups from each. All the groups operate out of Myanmar and raise funds for operations and arms largely through extortion. They use guerrilla tactics in their operations, and the attacks on Indian security forces in the northeast are largely carried out by these groups. Their activity over the years have dwindled. However, with recruitment having stalled on one hand, the Myanmar's increasing cooperation with India in recent years placing pressure on the groups. Thank you.